Oh, welcome back into the LCS Challengers League. We have a big announcement for everybody. Kangas, would you like to do the honors?
We're doing this now?
We're doing this now.
It's not even ready yet.
I don't care.
This is how live we're doing
Production,
the show.
I hope that this is timed so that it changes right when I say it.
Let's see.
Sir Buttkick is being retired once again because I finally got my Twitter account back, baby. I just got the email during that last game.
Big news, big news, big news.
The big wins,
news.
big wins.
I'm unlocked.
Similar to
Yes!
FlyQuest's big win there. You know, there we go. It's changed. Perfect. We got it back.
Now I can
Everything
show
has been saved.
my burner account, which is now Sir Buttkick, where I can just tweet whatever I want to tweet about.
We have a public burner account?
We got a public burner account. That's actually not how burner accounts are supposed to work, is it?
Yeah, I think you might need to talk to Kevin Durant a little bit more about that one. Or, you know, whoever else has burner accounts here in esports.
We're getting off the rails. We're getting off the rails here, Kobe. Stop it. Enough of this. Because we had a pretty awesome game there from FlyQuest Challengers. Looking really strong so far with Winsome. It was a different style than what we saw yesterday, but it still felt very controlled.
I gotta say, FlyQuest, they have now shown multiple strategies with Winsome in. This team is 3-0 now with Winsome. This was the team that I was kind of hoping to see. Masu's playing way better than I thought. I'm starting to get excited about FlyQuest.
Masu is a player I was so excited about because his story was so ridiculously crazy. I remember I was in a call with him figuring out like what to do for the Twitter bit that we were like trying to grow players' Twitter accounts, and I had Masu as my player. And he was like, yeah, I played on Wi-Fi for the first 3 weeks of NACL. And I was like, no, like that's not possible. He was like, yeah, my coaches were really upset when I told them. I'm like, well, yeah, like, come on. So now that Masu's here and actually playing on like normal ping, like this kid's got a really bright future. I'm very excited to see how he develops.
If only we still had Shakarez's gamer tweets list, because I feel like that's just such a great. Like I played on Wi-Fi for the first 3 weeks of my competition.
Could you imagine being a coach and hearing that from your player? It's like, wait, the tryouts that I scouted you from, you were on Wi-Fi, and then you didn't tell me, and then you played 3 weeks of competitive play.
Pretty good.
Not bad. Not bad.
Interesting.
So we'll talk more about that, but we do have a fun little halftime bit for everybody as I very uniquely dub the quiz show with Magical. Very unique, you know, very unheard of style. All it is I'm going to ask you questions that are related to the game we had just watched, though a little bit. It's not exactly what we saw in the game, but maybe things that you had brought up at some point during the game that I'm also going to reference. All
I
right.
bet there's going to be a lot of collegiate references in there.
Let's get to question 1.
Right.
Let's just get right into question 1 then. So, with Aurelia being played by Bradley, how many unique champions has he played this split?
I'm not cheating. I'm not cheating.
You ask a champion like champ pool question. Cubby literally writes this all down in his notes before we go live.
I'm not cheating.
You should write this down too. I have my notebook that I write things down in as well.
I'm just gonna check Leaguepedia.
No, that's cheating. 12. All right, Genghis, come on.
I'm gonna check if I'm right now.
I'll go 10. I don't know.
10. Ooh. Well, the answer
did I get it?
is
It's 14.
Both of you are wrong. It is 14. That was his 14th champion that he has played this split.
I was kind of close. I was kind of close. Yeah.
Yes,
Wait, that's
this split.
absurd.
Yes. And just so you know, he has only played 6 champs more than once.
Yeah, they've played 24 games and 14 unique champs. Or I guess 25 games.
I was closer, and I guessed first. Do I get the point?
No.
I don't like this. I don't like the rules of this quiz show.
This is my quiz show, so get over it.
I should have cheated. I should have been dishonorable and ghosted the question.
I would have given you no points anyways.
Cheating.
So let's get into number 2 then. Question number 2.
You didn't give any rules, by the way. I don't think that would count as cheating.
I didn't even buzz, so like, did I even answer?
There's no buzzing. I make up the rules as it goes. This is my name's on the quiz show, not either of yours. I make up the rules here. Question number 2. What roles did Bradley and Yuji play when they played together on Bethany Lutheran College?
Ding. Ding, 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 ding.
Ding, ding, ding.
Bradley played mid lane.
Okay.
And I actually think Yuji never played a jungle game for the team. I'm pretty sure he had a sub support for like the only 1 or 2 games that they played.
That would be correct.
It's Bradley mid, Yuji support.
I'm going to double Kangas's answer.
So, Cubby, that doesn't count. So you don't get a point. Only Kangas gets the point.
I know.
Yeah.
But he was right.
He is right. But Yuji did also play.
Let's go.
Yuji did also play mid and jungle at times. However, Bradley wasn't on the team when he did so.
Yeah.
So there you go. Nicely
Yeah,
done,
because
Steve.
Yuji is a jungler, but I just remember back when he first came into collegiate, he was like moved around a lot. He had to play a lot
Yes,
of
he
different
did.
roles as a sub.
And like I said, when Bradley left as well, he played mid lane for a little bit. He did play jungle a bit, but it was after Bradley had already left the team.
It's the collegiate special of, figure it out and fall. That was what was happening with Yuji.
Pretty much. All right, let's
Yeah.
get on to question number 3, because right now Steve is in the lead with 1 point to nil from Cubby. So here's another one revolving around Bradley. When was the last time Bradley played Aurelia? Both of you are immediately... Go, look, there's no rules. Just go ahead and answer.
Ding.
I think Spring Academy 2022 would be my guess. I'm even going to go so far as to say he played it in Proving Grounds. I bet you he...
You got to say one or the other. Academy season or Proving Grounds. Which one?
I'm going to commit to Proving Grounds. I think he played it at least once in PG. Although
who
the
did he
correct
play it
mathematical
against?
answer would be...
Who did he
I'm
play
gonna
against?
go summer regular season of
And who did he play it against?
Academy. I have no idea, man. I don't write that stuff down.
Take a guess.
I don't know. Since you're saying who did he play against, I'm just gonna go with Tenacity. Playing Aurelia into Tenacity, maybe. That's pretty alpha.
Maybe into Gamsu? Did he play it?
Okay, well, both of you are wrong on who he played against. But Steve gets a point for being in the spring Proving Grounds. It was against Cloud9, and he went 0-5
Yeah!
and 0.
Let's
did
go!
not do so well
I
on
got
that.
another one.
He got murked by Darshan.
Yes, he did. He got...
Okay, well,
Darshan.
respect.
Ooh.
I will say,
So-
I knew that he didn't play it against me in collegiate, because the one time I went up against Bradley, we definitely banned Aurelia.
Well, yeah, I mean, he used to play it a lot
And
mid
Gwen.
lane. but
Kevin
this
just
is
wants
top
to
lane.
drop that flex in there. It's
And
like,
Gwen.
yeah,
No,
yeah,
it's not a
I've had
flex.
to draft against
The only reason we
Bradley.
won against him is that he decided to play Senna support for a game, and their support played Syndra mid, and then we won in a 50-kill game. It was fun.
Nice. I
That
like
sounds
that.
like a fun way to win a game. of
That's
League of
collegiate,
Legends.
baby.
Yeah.
All right, let's get on to question number 4 then. How many times has APA played Akali this split?
I mean, I'm cheating.
Well, answer then.
I'm ahead.
That was
Just
that
take
game-
it, Cubby.
that
Well,
game
here,
was-
let me guess first, and then you can correct me. How about that?
Yeah.
I'm going to say once. I think he's only played... This is probably his first time, right?
Nope, it would be his second time.
Who did he play it against last time?
I
I won't give you the... I'm not
almost-
going to give... I'm not
hang
going to
on.
give Cubby the point unless he can get who it's against. To make it
like
even.
that. Based magical.
He almost found a kill. It was also against Azir.
Yeah, yes.
They played... I'm gonna go with EG. No, they played EG this week. It was last week.
FlyFam.
It was FlyFam.
It was FlyFam. That's why I wanted to ask you
Poor
again.
Blaze. Poor Blaze on the Azir.
Yeah.
Yep. So that was the
Okay.
last time he played it, and he went 2-2 and 4 on the Akali. So it didn't
Yeah.
actually have the biggest performance on that compared to how it was this game.
Yeah. All right. Well, I missed that one.
Yeah. So
Unlucky.
still, I think it's what 2-0 now for Kangas. 2-0.
Yeah, you just took a point away from me, so
Yeah.
it's 2-0 now. It's fine. Sorry, it was
Alright.
just on my notes that I looked to check Bradley in my answer there.
Yeah. So now, who ended the
Not
game?
honorable anymore.
Spyrax or a minion?
Oh, I'm gonna go with a minion for sure.
I think Spyrax. I
give
saw
it a
the
minion.
animation while
Minion
the
would be way
Nexus
more
was going
fun.
down. No, it was Spyrax for sure, because there was a giant chunk that got taken
Did
out
you
at
see
the
a
end.
plus 50? I don't know if I saw a plus 50.
I didn't see a plus 50.
Minion. Give me minion.
I'm going Spyrax.
I did this purposely to troll you too, Cubby, because I knew you'd guess minion. It's Spyrax. The animation was midair. The minion was about to hit it, and Spyrax's auto was faster, so it actually hit it, and he got the plus.
I gotta
50.
say, a dopamine hit of seeing plus 50 on your screen is pretty sick. That's
It
like
is.
It
it's
is
better
sick.
than the victory screen. I always
Also-
play for plus 50.
Cubby's answers are sounding a lot like
Yeah.
just over and
All right.
over again.
All right, I have a surprise final question for you. So now, this one is for all the marbles, so Cubby can win this one if he gets this
Yep.
right. Whose average game time was the final timer closest to? FlyQuest's or Team Liquid's?
Oh, that's a good one.
I'm gonna go with Fly because that was the long game, and Fly's played longer games this split.
Well, it's 50-50, so I guess I'll take Team Liquid then.
Yeah.
The answer, and as I give it over to you guys for Champion Select as well, the winner is, drumroll,
Well, I'm up 3 points.
Cubby! All right, Cubby, you win. It was FlyQuest. Congratulations on winning a quiz show with Magical. You get all the points there. Everything that happened beforehand does not matter. Steve loses the game. It's over. All the marbles to Cubby.
3-2. He took away a point from me earlier.
I said it was also worth all the marbles, so you get all the points there.
Yeah. Well.
All right, now take it away for Champions League. Thank you guys for that one. Congratulations, Cubby, on winning, and I'll see you guys after this game.
All right, Magical.
Never a dull moment.
Congratulations, Cubby. You won that one.
It's
somehow.
I'm not going to take the win. I do not like to sit on my laurels. I'm going to take a sip of water and let you get us in the draft.
All right, I'll do just that. Team Liquid Challengers versus FlyQuest Challengers for game number 2. Game 1, FlyQuest did take the victory through a very slow scaling process. It went to the late game, and they won through the objective fights, utilizing Masu and Spyrax to be the DPSs. Team Liquid, they did draft themselves into a bit of a one-dimensional comp. They needed to win that early game, especially with the lethality Jhin. So I'm curious if they're going to adapt coming into this next game number 2.
Well, already we see a big focus on jungle bans. Want to see if FlyQuest maybe takes away the Sejuani, or wants TL to start with a Sejuani so they can get something like a Zeri Lulu, which I'm also really looking out for as TL. Might want to deny that over from Masu and Winsome, is that Zeri has been really big for the side of FlyQuest. Ooh, Yone ban.
Zeri's still up, so it would need to be here to FlyQuest ban it. Otherwise, I assume Team Liquid will lock that in first.
Hold on.
The Yone ban is interesting.
Let me get out there real quick.
Yeah?
Sejuani is up, Zeri's up, Azir is up. Those 2 bans from TL tell me that it might be an Azir blind from APA. I know this isn't an APA champ necessarily, but it's a big pick for Spyrax. I'm wondering if TL is planning on that in 2-3, given the fact they took away both Sylas and Yone, 2 matchups that Spyrax has shown he can play into Azir.
I gotta say, though, I really want to see Masu Zeri if that's a plan. It's Caitlyn. First pick.
Caitlyn's been big for Arrow, as is Caitlyn. This will be the 4th game he's played. It's 1-2.
Okay.
And we're just going to see, Gragas plus Jace taken. That Gragas, of course, can be flexed 4 ways. We haven't seen a lot of support just because of what support's like at the moment in terms of the meta. Gragas is good at countering engagers, not the enchantresses. So at the moment, looks like we will see TL likely grab a Lux here, unless they want the Karma for just to have the push.
Okay, Vi, I think that's going to be a Lux pick then. I love Lux with something that can lock them down. Like, all Mira has to do is press R on somebody and they just die. So I feel like you lock in the Lux here. We're
getting Arcane, baby. That's what TL's doing here with the Kate Vi.
True.
Seeing that, I really do like the combo. You can, you can prep the trap. It clears space for the ace in the hole. You can chain things with Lux. Okay. This is a little bit of a different twist on it, but okay. Never mind. Well, I mean, so the idea right now is support for TL. I guess they see, hey, we have Annie, we have Karma, we have Lux. They can't take away all 3. We like all 3 of those answers. So instead, we're going to take away Sion, which is actually really strong into both Jace and Gragas. So now, like, if FlyQuest want, they could go for something like a Cho'Gath here, but then they don't have that Gragas flex moving forward. And if they go with Zeri, they can't find the pairings with Lulu. So this actually puts FlyQuest curious spot in draft. Could also Fiora here if they wanted to, but no. It's just going to be the Karma deny. So now we're going to see them take away the Annie plus the Lux, most likely. TL will be forced to take away that Ezreal.
That would make sense. I feel like limiting the champ pool of Kim down in particular, a player that we didn't even talk too much about in the first game, just because of all the other big storylines that we're present to cover. But Kim Down has been, in my opinion, showing maybe a limited champ pool so far. I know that in the tryouts, I wasn't as impressed with the ranged champions. I was more impressed with his play on the engaged champions. Obviously, he's had most of a split to develop that, but still limiting that champ pool is an option.
I know that we're likely to see this Jace go mid now. So I guess TL, they're going to ban out Marksman. But honestly, it still feels like FlyQuest with all the bans might be even setting up for an Azir of some sorts. But just taking away some of the bad matchups for the Jace. I gotta say, Azir is a pick that you can play in the Jace, so maybe APA wants to go dig down and pull out his Azir. It's not what he's known for necessarily, but we have seen him put a few games on it. We'll see if that continues. There's obviously a Zyban. Jhin or Ezreal you can take away, or you can maybe take away another pick you don't want to see from Philip or Yuji. I would once again advocate for potentially thinking about a Cho'Gath ban, as Cho'Gath pretty big. And yeah, okay, they're still scared of the Azir, yeah.
Okay. So I'm expecting Masu's champ locked in now. An 80 carry, so you hold that Jace and the Gragas.
Jhin Ezreal. I guess
to the last second.
I guess the thought about leaving up Jhin plus Ezreal is that neither can really deal with Sion that well. So maybe they don't really care. Those are the two best pairings with the Karma. Honestly, though, given that I don't see support pick, I would actually take top lane here, as you see the Sions. So that puts Gragas in the jungle, which like we were expecting. Yuji's Gragas is very good. Spyrax likely to pilot that Jace. Now TL get to pick their matchups. They can counter support. You have Annie and or Lux if you want it here, and then you have to find what you want into the Jace.
Yeah, the fact that they have both of them to pick from, pretty scary. Okay, APA was just styling on this yesterday. We were talking about the insane performance he
Aided by
had.
range, though. Like you can play it into the Jason lane. It's good, but you can get bounced around by Gragas, Camille. You can counter Camille pretty good, but like if it's Jace Ezreal now for FlyQuest, Cassio's going to have a lot of trouble functioning. So really important that whatever engages we see from TL are clean. I would love to see more follow-up on the engages, so I would kind of prefer the Lux here, even if it is pretty tough to play against Gragas plus Camille.
See the final picks locked in.
Lux or Annie?
I kind of like the... I don't know which one I prefer. I almost like the Lux more because it's less committal, but Annie is more setup. So if they want more options for their engage, Annie can do just that.
Okay.
And it is locked in.
If we're getting really crazy here, I think it's going to be Ezreal. But if we want to get real wild, Varus. Just throwing that out there for Masu. On hit.
Oh, yeah, still some poke. You can go on hit, so you can try and shred
yeah,
the
that would
Sion.
shred the front line, and it is a low-range mage. Can kind of match Cape, but not the case.
Yep.
Will be that Ezreal yet again. So range for FlyQuest, their poke's really strong with Jace, Ezreal, plus Karma. They have some great disengage from the Gragas as well, which I like. For TL, I want to make sure that when they do pick engages, they are clean. If not, Cassio will get outranged in space. So really important that Mir and Bradley are on the same page with Kim down, trying to pick their spots to sync up these big wombo sums that they have. I think if TL engages on their own terms, definitely favors them against the poke. If FlyQuest gets set up, they're able to poke down. TL could be tough.
There's a lot riding on Mir in this game. The Vi as the primary engage. Kim down can also look for some as well. But if they can lock somebody down, there's the Miasma on top of it. There's Caitlyn traps on top of it. There's Annie and Sion CC following it up. Most of that will be predicated on Mir finding the right engage. So eyes will be on the jungler for Team Liquid Challengers. How does Mir want to set up the team? Because if they can lock them down, they can blow them up.
It's definitely something to look out for, as we've had some good games on the stream today, Kangas. I know that we were pretty excited about the game slate that we had.
Oh, I'm ecstatic, yeah.
Yeah, hoping that can... Oh, we have the lightning references back? That's okay. Oh, boy.
Okay. Arrow. Okay, starts net.
Start a net.
That's to get away.
That's a win. That means that push goes over to Karma Ezreal for sure.
Mm-hmm. Team Liquid will counter by invading here. Oh, wait, they're sticking around. It's not just... Well, I guess they could go for a late ward if it's just that, or they could wait to see if Yuji or Philip path up this way. They're waiting. Philip and Spyrax are nearby each other. They can check this. Oh, they sniff it out. They don't want to get it for
think
free.
they're just going to wait for Yuji to check this, but if they face check a Sion Q, I mean, that could be Doomsday, so here we go.
Oh, okay. Okay.
They did see
Wasting
it.
the time of Team Liquid.
Wow. Not bad. I mean, I think Mir still starts his buff on time, but Bradley wants to make sure that no one gets the wards so they don't get the XP. So I do like this, actually, from Bradley.
That's pretty big. And they also just continue to keep their eyes on Yuji, so they know how fast he's clearing if he decides to path upwards or downwards after that camp. So, yeah, they don't find the kill. I think that was pretty smart play from both teams. I like to see them go for those kinds of setups.
Nice trade here from Philip. As we see Arrow again. Arrow had to start with that net. Arrow's going to be under siege here early. As, yeah, you can see how much Masu and Winsome are stepping up. Really nice, though, from Winsome, and Kim down.
Right down. Whew, almost killed Kim down. I have seen so many Annies level 1 just get their teeth kicked in, Cubby. This is ridiculous. Like, when are supports going to realize you got to give a lot of respect as Annie level 1. You don't have a lot packed in your kit.
A lot of Annies are starting shields so they can trade out auto attacks and help protect their marksman a little bit, but yeah, Karma at level 1 is so absurdly strong, and really good to see Masu and Winsome cashing in on that as another empowered mantra Karma or Comet Q connects. We got there.
Yeah, you arrived at the destination.
I was trying to be fancy with a comment, weaving that in there, and the mantra. I just overcomplicated things, you know? Needed to play out a simpler draft.
Thing. You know, nope, I didn't need to look for that one. We're going to move past that. And I didn't say it. Say something to us using the hashtag NACL on Twitter. Join the conversation.
Prove that you can talk better than the people paid to talk.
Clearly.
By typing better than
the bar is not high. So, show us what you got. As Yuji is invading onto Mir right now. Level 3 has the red buff. Mir does not. So, Mir will lose this fight, actually. Gives a lot of respect to Yuji. Has Kim down in his back pocket, but Winsome's also here. This is looking dangerous for Team Liquid. Yeah, I think they just have to give over the red buff. Unless Mir wants to look for the steal on it. He had the ward, but Yuji does just smite it away.
That was the bot prio coming up big here for the side of FlyQuest. And now Mir will be spotted basing. Yuji's going to try and interrupt that. So just making sure that the bot crab goes over to the side of FlyQuest. And Arrow actually just based. So this Caitlyn Annie-Wayne, the Caitlyn first pick for prio, it has been kind of monstered by FlyQuest. That level 1 having to start net made for a really tough setup for TL, and this has been really hard.
Net level 1 into Kim down taking a really rough trade early on means that Masu and Winsome are just going to have a free laning phase for their first couple of levels here. Masu now going for the back, should pick up that tier, and then can get into lane. Yeah, another longsword too, as opposed to Arrow just having the boots, so can move a little bit faster, but Masu's going to be feeling real comfortable at this point.
I mean, that is huge for the side of FlyQuest. Just
Let's go, Victor! Yes! Defend me. Thank you.
Yeah, I had to let you have that moment, as
I needed that.
Your Twitter's back. You got people on production, calling other people bald. Yep. It's a big day.
As Mir actually invades here and takes away the Raptors from Yuji, at least the big one, I have to say, my Twitter account got incorrectly suspended right around the same time. People started tweeting at me that I was bald, so I'm just going to say it. I feel like those things were connected.
Well, I'm happy for it, Kangas. Kind of like how FlyQuest is pretty happy for themselves right now. As you can see, it was a split recall from Arrow and Kim down, and this lane just continues to be doomed. This is so big because you look at TL's draft, they need bot lane to win. You have a Scion in the top side going into Camille. If this bot lane is not winning, you are not going to have enough damage at the later stages of the game. I say that looking at a Cassio mid, but I'm still pretty confident.
Yeah.
Ezreal can get around it,
I mean, the problem is that I don't see Caitlyn Annie scaling as well into the late stage of the game.
Nope.
When I see Caitlyn, I see it locked in for the lane phase.
You take Caitlyn to get points, not give points. Yeah. We're giving points right now.
That's going to be a second plate most likely to Masu here. Not yet, but still will eventually turn into that. But regardless, the pressure
into dragon.
has turned into a dragon. Yuji starting this one up early.
And this is what the Vi wants to do, right? Vi with the denting blows this dragon so quickly early, but given the bot priority that FlyQuest has, I mean, Masu, Winsome continue to impress. No way TL can sniff this first Drake out, and it's been a great game plan. Yuji was able to attack Mir already. Masu's up. Another good reset here for the Ezreal. Things are fine and dandy early here for FlyQuest.
18 CS lead to Masu is very close to Kim down. And he can provide a lot of CC, but Yuji will successfully get the dragon, and FlyQuest get out. Team Liquid seen it at the very end. Kim down's definitely posturing for a flash engage, but that Mantra Q was big from Winsome, preventing the potential.
At least they do stop the recall from Masu so they can get this wave in and get a better recall for Arrow and Kim down. That is nice, but still all consolation prizes on the Rift here for TL. As so far, so good if you are on the side of FlyQuest. Your Ezreal is ahead. You have a Camille that, I mean, down a little bit early to Scion, but who cares, right? Once you get Divine Thunder, you're fine and dandy. And hold on. Yuji's here, but Mir's here to answer, so that will deter to play. Well played from the side of Mir. We'll see if FlyQuest lets this wave hit the turret, or if Masu wants to try and pull it. Looks like he's going to try and pull it, and TL can't contest.
Would have been a very ambitious gank from Yuji regardless. That was a big wave, but it shows the confidence in Masu's ability to follow up. And again, speaking to as Masu as a player, so much potential. Went up against Unforgiven yesterday, styling. Now Arrow today, who I know he hasn't been playing at the LCS for quite a while, but still has had very impressive accolades in the past and has also styled on many a bot laner in the Academy, now Challengers League. So Masu as a player, I got a lot of hope for this kid going forward. 18 years old, just now getting into his competitive career.
He's been a really impressive rookie. There really isn't anything else to say, right? It's been so good to watch Masu just step up and perform. I think that him and Young especially have just been having fantastic rookie splits here in NACL. But things are, we have a bot lane rotation coming in, as you will see if TL can get the pick they want.
I like this. Usually we don't see this kind of play this early.
Bradley hasn't shown yet.
Got the early dragon. It's big. Yuji's going to walk up into the brush. He's not spotting anybody because we got baited by the observers as well.
How low is this?
We got FlyQuest.
Arrows.
This is exciting.
Masu's
what can
6.
they see? APA's coming up. Kim Down's over the wall. Kim Down has flash to look for a big engage, but that is just the Herald secured for Team Liquid.
Bradley was fogging up. He could just ult down bot to catch the wave, but really well done by TL. I mean, they kind of snuck that out, highway robbery style, and they needed that because things are not going the way of TL early. And we really like what FlyQuest looks like in the later stages of the game. So well played from TL to make sure they get that Rift Herald for themselves.
And it was so cool that the observers chose to let us watch FlyQuest vision walking into that one, because we had the information they had, and it was not much to give them confidence to actually walk in and try and contest that. Now they commit to the lane swap, though. Masu and Winston will continue to take plates against a Caitlyn. So see how long they decide to keep these lane assignments. As Yuji's up here, engages onto Arrow, explosive cast, clean combo, and Arrow goes down. First blood to Winsome.
Nice trap laid from Yuji as they took control over that top side. Yuji waits, Arrow checks, and that's more plates going over to the Ezreal and more time that Caitlyn's not on the map doing anything.
Great answer from FlyQuest. The Herald pickup, well, felt good for Team Liquid, but FlyQuest have a response for themselves. Masu, 400 gold up over his opponent, and actually wins some with a sizable gold lead over Annie, who as a support actually likes having gold. Almost like Heimerdinger in that way, where it's like you don't feel bad with gold on the Annie. It doesn't feel great when she doesn't have any gold, so strong start.
And for TL, I think a lot's going to come down to Mir. Just, you know, I mean, he used the trigger pull, right? So I think that Mir, at this stage of the game, Cassio's like doing even / slightly ahead. Maybe you look to just get a flash out of a lane from FlyQuest that's overextended. And maybe you look to hover mid so that APA can make a move. You guys can attack the side lane if you are TL. Because right now, and bot lane's not going the way of TL. They're down 1k gold. They have a Herald in their pockets. We'll see if they can make a play in the long lane, or see if they can get anyone to overextend mid, while Mir will be here on the hover.
FlyQuest layer some damage into APA to start it off. And Winsome's actually going pretty deep over here. He has not been spotted yet, but the rest of Team Liquid, they just go in for the engage. Mir onto Spyrex, taking a lot of damage. Yuji is here for backup, and Spyrex gets out. Yuji traded. Oh, Mir almost goes down to the True Shot Barrage, but flashes at the last second. And drops the Herald mid. This is going to be a lot of gold over to Team Liquid.
Flash ult from APA, or APA actually didn't even need flash. It was the flash from Kim Down. Helps make sure the Cassio ult connects. They at least get Yuji. So not exactly the target they were looking for, but they'll take La Bamba off the map. Nice and happy with that one. Plays over to the Cassio. Again, TL, they need to make some things happen. The fact they are able to get gold on Cassio, she can break the game. If TL decides to fight and is not vulnerable to the poke and side laning that FlyQuest will have on them, as those are two things that FlyQuest will do very well throughout this game. TL needs to be quick when they pull the trigger on these engages, so FlyQuest doesn't have a ton of time to burn down the side lanes, and also doesn't have time to poke out the clumped up members of TL.
Would have loved to see TL get more for that. They don't actually pull the trigger on the dragon, so FlyQuest are back on the map. Mir won't have the ultimate this time around.
Bradley's here, though.
Bradley's coming in.
He gets him on a river.
Okay, yeah. Sounds the alarm. Team Liquid say that's enough.
Okay.
Just push them off the dragon. Okay, as I was criticizing Team Liquid, they do turn it back around. That was good from Bradley.
I mean, honestly, to the side of TL. Oh, hold on.
Uh-oh. Most guys back. Okay. Oh, Bradley.
No
Not
more
quite
ult.
tanky enough to survive all 5 members.
No more ult up on Bradley, so he's gonna fall. Bradley's gonna want that one back, but still, that ult to at least get the drag for TL. Again, it still feels like consolation prize at this point, as really the one strong member here is APA. I like how TL's trying to play around the Cassio. Because again, Cassio, I mean, you stun around Cassio, the damage that APA can put out is massive. Petrifying Gaze is available again. But Kim Down not able to find anything. I think this is a good mid-game adaptation coming out of TL playing around the Cassio. But again, if they don't find anything, I still really like FlyQuest. This game goes on.
It will come down to, like we said, two things. Number one, engages from Mirror. On the Vi, that's your responsibility here against a comp that will outrange a lot of your damage, which is the second thing coming from APA. Positioning on Cassiopeia so that you can actually get in range to output DPS while also not just getting, blown up to an explosive cask from UG or Philip on the flank. It's not an easy game for Team Liquid. They still have tools to do it. And the game state is relatively even. No turrets taken yet. Gold's even across the board and a dragon to each team. So Team Liquid's still definitely in this one, even if we kind of favor FlyQuest based on their composition.
It's going to be the Ludens this game for the Cassio going up against the relatively squishy team in FlyQuest. So Cassio does, she packs a lot of damage with those Twin Fangs. Obviously the burn synergizes really well with the Q, but this time going to be the Magic Pen here for APAs. He's looking to cruise towards that Seraphs again. And I think this is the point of the game where TL, again, has to look to push. Black Cleaver finished on Mir. Ludenseko finished on Cassio. When the poke, the 2 items, spikes, and the Miramon is evolved for FlyQuest, when that all comes in, TL don't have a ton of ways to deal with that besides pull the trigger. So they need to make sure they fight now while they are a little bit stronger than FlyQuest to have enough gold to deal with that part of the game.
Asu's farming up. Everybody's farming up on the side of FlyQuest. I think they feel comfortable here.
Yeah.
And I want to take this moment while we're prepping for the next objective.
We have Prowlers again on Spyrex.
Oh, we do?
He went for the Prowlers, Jace, baby. Those hammer mechanics are goofy. You never know.
Yeah? If he gets behind you and knocks you back, that's like a weird form of engagement.
You don't even have to get behind. You can just Prowler Z. It's weird. It's a really weird mechanic. You can do some fun things with that if you flash, too.
Well, we're going to have the setup. Can he pull it off here? Shock Blast into APA. They see the Cassiopeia in that brush. They're going to throw out a barrel as well. Philip on a flank angle here, but Team Liquid are clumped up. It's hard to approach as FlyQuest right now. And that is, again, Herald secured by Team Liquid. That's the second of the game. Arrow might be isolated right now. Philip just jumps right in. Onto the 80 carry, and FlyQuest will blow him up. Double kill to Spyrax. The rest of Team Liquid now have to full retreat here. Bradley buying space. APA is the damage, but they don't want to go for more fight. FlyQuest isolate Arrow, who is split from the team.
That's kill.
Oh, APA actually catches Yuji right here. I didn't go too far forward. Kim Down's there as well. Has the ignite, plus the poison should not be enough. Yuji does make it out.
I still love how FlyQuest played out that fight. It was slow, but it was so calculated, Kangas, as they used the Jace poke to force APA and Kim Down to walk up the choke.
Oh,
hold on.
Is that Prowler's Claw? I don't think he used it, actually. He didn't even need it. He just gets the solo kill out of APA. All right.
Oh, man, everything's falling apart here for TL and FlyQuest again. Their play, the way they played out that Rift fight, Kangas, it was force APA and Kim Down to walk one way, force the rest of the team to walk the other, and then engage in a 5v3. FlyQuest made that look easy.
I want to get a replay to see why Arrow had to walk up, because I actually didn't catch that part. All I saw was that he was walking with no tanks between him and Philip, and Philip has a very easy engage tool. Like, even though Bradley was nearby, he can't stop the Hextech Ultimatum and the Explosive Cast combo. So yeah, Arrow just gets blown up to start that one off, and it's rough that APA gets solo killed afterwards. That was not necessary. Yeah. But FlyQuest got a lot for that. I think this is big for Team Liquid to at least answer with the turret on the bot side. So they're evening out here a little bit, but they lost 3 turrets through the extended play.
They got a bounty. That feels pretty cool. But I don't know if they can even contest this next dragon, as we have another Hextech Soul on the map. Seems to be the fan favorite of this stream today. And now we're going to have us go around Spyrax. I love this. Love this.
Arrow over the wall with the net as well. All right, very creative from Team Liquid Challengers to keep them in this.
That's big. Spyrax does have TP available, but you got to believe that this dragon now goes over to the side of TL, and FlyQuest, they're already bailing on this dragon. They're looking to see if they can pick APA. We're going to get a replay of this fight. Look at this shock blast from Spyrax. It finds Kim Down, it finds APA. They have to walk one way. Yeah. Arrow has to walk another, and that's just the trigger pull for FlyQuest immediately. That's really easy from them, as really well played by the side of Fly. You can see the Prowlers go actually to reposition around Vi. Really clever there from Spyrax. And
now we're back to live, though. The dragon is started here. Team Liquid are on it first. FlyQuest are walking up. Flash from Kim Down, looking for the engage. Plus he actually steals the dragon! Yuji! I don't even know if that was intentional, but it worked either way. And now APA in a lot of trouble here. Petrifying Gaze locks down Philip. Slithers back to safety. The FlyQuest, they just push back Team Liquid and get the objective.
It was damn intentional as the Cask plus Smite that gets it away from Mirror. As FlyQuest, it was Spyrax that got picked. It was TL that had the man advantage around the Dragon, but it's FlyQuest walking away with it thanks to the yoink from Yuji. Take another look.
Yeah,
watch
he's got Smite.
Yeah, watch the Cask. I mean, they both have Smite. It's just the Cask plus. That gets it down.
Oh, it was the Smite. Yeah.
Yep. Cask Smite. That
it looked
fixes
early
it.
from Mirror also. I think Mirror also used the Smite.
I didn't see Mirror's Smite tick down. I think Mirror didn't get it off. I don't know what the 700 damage was from, but obviously a lot of damage flying around the Dragon. That was the flip. TL, at this point, I think they do kind of have to flip things. So I don't hate the attack from them. But again, continue to fall behind. And now all eyes are on the 2 tiers of FlyQuest, gang. As it's a 1.5k gold lead for them. But once those Mirror Manas are completed, that's when FlyQuest really is going to start to hit hard with a poke. And that's where things get difficult for Cassiopeia to function.
So right now, it's trying to get as much gold into APA as possible. Has the Herald charge onto the turret, so this will be another turret going over to Team Liquid. They're down 1 right now, but gold onto Cassiopeia feels really nice as FlyQuest have a couple members up here to maybe answer, and Phillips waiting in base. His teleport's coming off cooldown in a couple seconds. Now, okay, he's back on. I thought maybe they were looking for a flank there. Not fully.
All right. Well, TL still able to play out 2 lanes. Okay, Phillips not showing, so to be a little bit concerned over that, but TL, despite being down, they have really strong control over this topside jungle. You can see Yuji just using his barrels to try and check, and this might actually net TL another turret here. This arrow's going to hit mid. Bradley's rotated off, and this is well played by TL.
Yeah, Bradley just base tanks all of Masu's damage, ensures that the turrets are now even. 3 to each team. Philip going with the idea of a flank. It's going to be hard to answer Philip in a side lane going forward for Team Liquid Challengers. Bradley the best equipped to do it, but even then, as the game continues to go on, those second cues from Philip will hurt.
We're going to see Bradley. Is he able to fix this up here? But TL, I think they've made some decent moves, again, to at least close that gold lead a little bit. The question is it going to be enough? Because, again, that's one of the Mirror Manas evolved here for Masu. And this poke coming out, it's going to be deadly. You can see Arrow going for the BT second. I think that's a really good call this game for the side of TLC. But, again, Team Liquid, they have to make sure that they're engaging fights before the poke comes in from FlyQuest, because the Empowered Shock Blast, plus the Mystic Shots, plus the Karma Poke, if TL sits through that, they cannot. They need to pull the trigger. They need to have Flash up on Kim down. They need Mir to go in. So let's just see how aggressively TL can play around that. And if they can really find a setup so they can force FlyQuest to maybe face check them.
If they can layer their CC onto somebody, preferably not Masu because he's got the cleanse. So like probably Spyrax, maybe Philip. You can blow them up. Like you have the damage to pull that off. But like you said, you got to be there first. Hopefully make them walk into your Fog of War. So that's what they're doing right now, clearing out some of this vision. As Winsome will spot them there, and Spyrax is around too. So I like this start from Team Liquid.
It's tough though because like there are so many ways that FlyQuest can check brushes too. You have Mystic Shots, you have barrels, you can use an Empowered Shock Blast, you have Karma as well. So it should be a lot of safety coming in here for the side of FlyQuest as Bradley burns his ult to just get Philip off the turret. But you got to imagine that's going to fall in the next wave. So things are already starting to collapse around TL.
And Bradley is actually keeping the wave pretty far up. But yeah, like look at those second proc Qs from Philip, taking away a quarter of Bradley's health bar. Absolutely insane as Arrow even rotates down bot lane to maybe help out Bradley. So Team Liquid have lost full control over the top half of the map.
They were forced out as APA was trying to fix that side wave, and that's 2 turrets, or 1 turret I should say, going over to FlyQuest mid-inner. And now FlyQuest, they can reset and try and take control over this dragon. Look at how dark it is for TL right now as they're putting up their vision towards the Baron. So they have to wait to the wave to, or wait for the wave to even push here into the dragon. And of course, I mean, this could be a sole point that TL could be fighting for at the moment, but that steal from Yuji was really big in the last fight.
And what a turnaround again. Honestly, for both of these teams, I know FlyQuest Challengers are currently leading the series. They're looking good in this game. And so I think both teams have reasons to be happy about how this week has gone so far, but let's start with FlyQuest. the turnaround with Winsome coming into the team. He was doing it fantastic at the LCS level. I know that back the Cloud9 roster that had Berserker and Summit coming in early didn't invest heavily into Winsome long term, but I always thought he was a player that showed promise, and now living up to that on this Challengers roster, really cool to see.
Oh, this is a hell of an angle from Philip. FlyQuest can pull the trigger early here as,
Ooh, flash out of Winsome. Mir went in, still has the ultimate available. Dragon's
He's
reset
not found.
Phillip on a big flank right now. Yeah, Team Liquid do not see Phillip. Mir's going to walk forward. Okay, he's spotting him out. They now know Phillip is on the flank, but the poke is just so oppressive. They cannot deal with the range, so they have to go in. Mir looks for it. Bradley looks for it, but Phillip out of the back line onto Arrow doing all the damage. Team Liquid trade one onto Spyrax, but their health bars were traded heavily for that. Masu will take down Kim down. Winsome's chasing more as in the pit. Bradley will fall. FlyQuest win the fight. Mir, oh, he's getting hunted. Yuji, and a smite double kill from Yuji to take down his opponent, and Dragon secured for FlyQuest.
You can see everything was thrown at Masu, but as you called out, Kangas, the cleanse gets him out, the flash gets him out, and everything goes to the side of FlyQuest as APA is not able to get people down on the Casio. And this fight from Fly, again, the setup from the angle from Phillip, it's so good. It forces Mir to go forward. Everything connects on the Masu, but the shield from Karma keeps him alive. He flash, cleanses out. APA got knocked into the team by Spyrax's Prowler's Claw, so he had to head for the hills. And keep in mind, that's all the damage. So Phillip takes out Arrow. Spyrax takes down APA low enough where Masu's just able to free hit.
And it's tough because in that replay, it even almost looked like Masu cleansed a knockup, and it didn't do much, but there just wasn't the range damage follow-up because, again, the composition. APA can't really follow that up.
Arrow.
And especially when Arrow is like singled out by Phillip, so really well positioned from FlyQuest overall.
Oh, man. Well, got to say, FlyQuest, I mean, what a 4-0 week it's about to be from them, Kangas, as this was a team where they were middle of the pack. We're like, we had concerns. There was a lack of direction for FlyQuest as a team. Winsome's come in, man, and look at what Winsome and this team is doing this week. Is it's not just a 4-0, it's against some stiff competition, too, 100 Thieves and Team Liquid.
And go through the lineup. Phillip, he played in LCS last year, and let's be honest, I mean, there's some players that get promoted, and we just say they weren't ready at that moment. There's still promise. There's still reasons to be excited. Phillip is now back in Challengers and doing well on this team. Yuji, you said his story earlier, you know? He hit Challenger on different servers, playing on incredibly high ping from Mongolia. Now he's here and popping off as Masu chugs out everybody, the Wi-Fi wizard. Like, the players on this team are also so interesting to follow because their stories are so unique. Not even touching on Spyrax, kind of carrying in this game the collegiate superstar who's come in. As now APA, the other collegiate player, focused down, has to flash to safety. FlyQuest are on the precipice of ending their weekend with all wins across the board.
And with that force and Bradley spotted bot, Bradley doesn't have that TP, so FlyQuest can start to get frisky around the Baron if they so choose. They have a really good poke. Instead, just going to take the blue buff away from themselves. It's going to go over to Masu. And I like what you're calling out. And again, for me, this team, like, this is what Challengers rosters should be used for, right? Because, like, how I rate Challengers rosters is, like, what are the odds that someone gets promoted internally, and what are the odds that, you know, someone gets promoted externally, right? Are you able to, you know, bump players up? For me, with this FlyQuest roster, it's a really young team where there was some legitimate talent. Like, this is one of the most inexperienced Challengers rosters that we have. I think that's kind of the point of Challengers, right? Use the league to get them that experience and see what happens. Like, there are so many teams that passed up on Masu. Look at how good Masu's been in his rookie split. The fact that FlyQuest, you know, did take some players that have less experience to see, like, what happens when you put them in this environment in the moment. Masu's definitely a player that's really paid off big for FlyQuest and has been performing so damn well in this league.
And still, I just remember him telling the story of, like, hey, he tried out for FlyFam. He tried out for the amateur or the provisional team.
He hit diamond playing with friends, man. He didn't take this seriously until we did, you know?
Yeah, and now he's here. And now Team Liquid have started up the Baron. Seems like a Hail Mary. The chunk onto Arrow. God. The Bloodthirster will feel nice. He's going to heal up a little bit, but probably not enough. Yuji's looking for the steal, has the blast cone to work with. Bradley doesn't get him out of there! And the steal from Yuji is enough. FlyQuest
Stop the
Oh,
bases.
this beautiful gameplay coming through. They're even going to end the game. Phillips just pushing into the base. He's onto the second Nexus turret. Bradley teleports in as his team falls around him. No way you stop this tide. Phillip will end the game on his own, but the team worked hard for this one. FlyQuest Challengers will take down Team Liquid. Okay, as I say it. Let's get blown up.
Come on, Kangas. Come on, Kangas.
It's going to
yeah,
happen.
All right, yeah. A couple extra kills going over to Spyrax and FlyQuest. What a 4-0 week from them. If we had any questions about whether yesterday was legit a fluke or not, I think FlyQuest answered them today as showing some different strats from yesterday into today. A lot of early game focus against 100 Thieves Challengers. Today, a lot of scaling and poke focus. FlyQuest played both damn well. And FlyQuest, I mean, scaling at the right time, this addition of Winsome seems to have this team in the right place where they need to be. We have 1 week left in regular season. This team looks playoff ready.
And the big thing about FlyQuest, the change from last year to this year, from FlyQuest Academy to FlyQuest Challengers, was wondering where's the leadership going to come in from. They've lost Diamond, their primary shot caller. Who's going to step up? That was part of the concern from this team in the first half of the split, but now I don't know what's going on with Winsome and how big of a voice he's taking up. But
I don't know either, but it's good. I like it.
It seems like they're on a much better page together as a team now.
Results-based analysis look good, you know? It looks like it's good.
But the positive there, Cubby, is we do get an opportunity to chat with some of the players from FlyQuest after this break, because Magical will be back with the winner of that last series. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. Hello, everybody, and welcome back for our post-series interview. I had to snipe this one for Magical, who is going to do the interview, because I heard we had Masu live with a little bit of a security detail behind you.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, your hair is not what I expected.
Oh? What'd you expect?
Is this natural? Is this Maybelline? I don't know what's going on here.
They made me wear it at the office, but it did grow out too.
Is this some kind of weird hazing thing? Like you're the new guy on the team, so they're making you wear bunny ears? Do we need to have like an intervention with the team right now?
Yeah, Papa Smithy bullied me into it, so had to do it.
All right, Papa Smithy, we'll have some words after this. Masu, congratulations on a fantastic weekend, your first weekend in LA. So I want to start with that. First off, what was the difference playing with the team physically compared to playing online from home in Canada?
It's a pretty big difference because at home I had to like kind of guess the mood and the energy was kind of low since I was just in a room by myself.
Mm-hmm.
But being in person with the guys, a lot of them were pretty hype, especially Philip. He screams pretty uncontrollably. So the environment has been a lot better, especially with the low ping as well.
What about the current environment you find yourself in right now? Is this what you expected from your teammates?
Yeah, they're standing in case someone comes in.
Oh, they're protecting you. Okay,
Yeah,
that's good. In case Papa Smithy comes in to bully you again.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. What was the move like? When did you get in, and how much time did you really have to like prep to get ready for the stage games live with the team?
I think I flew in around last Tuesday.
Okay.
So I had like a good 4 days to prep for the stage games and to get accustomed. So it was good. I had no jet lag either somehow, so I was pretty fine with it.
Oh, sweet. That's awesome. Because, yeah, that's a big time zone jump from you, right? You were on the East Coast time zone?
It fixed my sleep schedule because like we're 3 hours behind here.
Mm-hmm.
So in Canada I would be sleeping at like 3. So here it's like 12. So I'm actually sleeping at like normal hours.
Okay. How is the change in ping been for you? Because I'm
been
not going to
pretty
lie.
huge.
We've talked about your story. I mentioned on broadcast you were playing on Wi-Fi for the first couple of weeks of NACL. Then you got an Ethernet, but now you're here live. And I saw a couple of Ezreal Qs miss. And one particular cleanse, it was a little early.
Yeah.
Has it been harder to play on lower ping for you?
No, it's I had to adjust in the first few hours because I was canceling autos because of how like fast they went off.
Uh-huh.
But the low ping made us able to like play things like Ezreal, Kalista, which I don't think I would have pulled out on like 100 ping. So the jump has been pretty nice for me.
So I know I had initially hyped you up that the higher your ping, the better you were as a player. This is your opportunity to prove me wrong. Are you going to be? Is the Masu we're seeing now on low ping actually going to peak higher than high ping Masu? Which one's better?
Yeah, I'd imagine so. But maybe right now I'm still better on hyping.
You got to learn it. You know, you got to
Yeah.
warm up to it. As I see Spyrex waving in the background. Hi, Spyrex. How's it going? All right. Well, Mazu, it was your first interview.
Yep.
Awesome job. Thank you for coming on and chatting with us. I want to give you the opportunity to shout out anybody at home who might be watching, who you want to, call out. This is your opportunity.
I guess my family. I think they've been watching a few of my games, so I'm really appreciative of that. And I just want to shout out the team and the staff in general, especially our managers.
Love it. Final question.
Yep.
What should people know about you? North American fans, what do you want to say to anybody who doesn't know who Masu is yet?
I guess just watch out for FlyQuest now, especially since everyone's already watching the main team. But we'll ramp up as well.
All right, are you going to give the main team some competition? I hear Prince is maybe not the best 80 carry, so maybe they'll need an 80 carry substitute at some point.
Yeah, he's all right, I guess.
He's all right. All right, thank you, Masu, for coming on and chatting with us. Congratulations on the fantastic weekend, and have some fun with the team.
Thank you.
All right, with that said, we're going to bid Masu adieu. Oh, Magical's back. Cool. We're going to send it a short break, though, before we bring everybody back to finish off our last series of the day.